I am back in Dominican Republic. I've been coming here for the last 5 years. I'm 34 now. I've been coming here since I was 29 to live. I visited DR before, but I never came here to live until I was 29. And now that I'm back, there's a lot of things I'm doing differently. I feel like a lot of times when we move to new countries and we don't have a plan, you don't have a routine, you don't have discipline, a paradise can turn into hell really quick. I made a lot of mistakes living in Dominican Republic, and I just hope you guys don't make the same mistakes I made. One of the first mistakes that I made when I came to DR, I'm thinking that the problems at home won't follow me to DR, meaning like whatever I didn't fix while I was in the States is going to follow you to DR. And most of that is mentally and emotionally. I came to DR after a breakup with someone I thought I was going to marry. And, I engaged in a lot of activities that I'm not proud of when I first got down here. Main reason being because that's what everybody else was doing. Most men, when they move to DR, they become woman crazy. And I'll never forget this guy named Mike. He told me, he said, if DR don't work out for you, 9 times out of 10 is over a woman. 9 times out of 10 is over a woman if it don't work out. So, with that being said, I'm not going to say my only problems in DR was around women, but a lot of my problems did come because I wasn't intentional. I'm believing what everyone is telling me about Dominican women, and that's why you always get your own perspective on things. I had a lot of hurt men, a lot of men with low confidence give me advice, and I listened to them. I listened to them because I didn't have nothing else to go off of. I don't speak Spanish. Well, I speak Spanish a lot better now, but when I first came, I didn't speak Spanish. And I was honestly just really surprised at the amount of Americans that were down here. So if you're going to move to DR, do not make women your focus. Even if you want to find a wife here, because, I was married here before, not legally, but religiously. And you just can't make women your central focus here. Because one thing I learned about DR, the right woman will come to you at the right time. There are millions of women here. You don't have to dedicate all your time and energy into chasing them. Because what you should be doing when you're living in Dominican Republic is doing everything you couldn't do in the States. Now that you have all this extra time, you have more freedom, your money is going further, that's the time to lock in. That's the time to lock in. Another thing I made a mistake on, when you want to date in Dominican Republic, you have to learn the language. I don't care what anybody says. Even if the girl that you have speaks English, Dominicans are very family centered. So even if the girl you're dealing with speaks English, 9 times out of 10 her family don't. And when you're not able to build that connection, build that bond with the family, it can cause issues, right? And when I was married down here, my ex-wife spoke perfect English, but her family didn't. And it was just always like that divide right there. So if you are serious about dating and being with Dominican women, learn their language. Give them the same respect they gave you. They learned your language, you should learn theirs. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you definitely want to have a way to show your personality in their culture and their language. Another mistake I made was not managing my money correctly. I always tell people that DR has that Ross effect. I don't know if you know the store Ross or TJ Maxx or Marshalls. Because things are cheaper down here, it gives you the false illusion that you can spend more. And that was another thing I was doing. I didn't understand the currency exchange down here as good as I do now. I didn't understand, when you get money from the ATM machine, you're supposed to let your own bank do the conversion and not do their conversion. I was losing a lot of money on that, but money management is so important when you're living in another country, because It's not like in the States that you can just go do Uber real quick or get a quick little gig to make money. You have disabled vets down here that are getting a set amount of money every month, but guess what? Even they can go broke. Because again, right, you can make 4 or 5, you can make $10,000 a month. If you're not managing it correctly in DR, you will blow it all. It goes so fast. And also too, DR is not as cheap as it used to be. Like food, 9 times out of 10, I'm paying American prices, if not more, depending on where I'm at. And I'm pretty sure you don't want to eat street food all the time. You know, you want to go to a place that has nice environment, nice ambiance. So yes, guys, money can go really fast down here if you're not managing correctly. That's why you got to have discipline. All that drinking every day, going out every weekend. There are a lot of free things that you can do in DR. You can go to the beach, you can go dancing, you can go to well, I ain't gonna say the movies is free, but it's cheaper. The things that take your money in DR is food. I would say Airbnbs if you're moving around a lot. Definitely women, for sure. Because like down here, they expect you to be a man. They expect you to pay. They expect you to be a provider. Versus in America, right? You have a lot of women here that have their own bag. But guess what? Even in the States, women still require you to pay. Down here, it's even more expected because it's like a macho culture down here. So, set your budget. Date according to what you can afford. It's okay to say, I can't afford this Dominican woman, because not all of them are poor. A lot of them, they come from, you know, good families. This one woman I was dating, her family was considered rich down here. But again, you got to come down here on a provider energy. And it's not, oh, she's trying to use me or whatever. Relationships are about exchanges, right? How would you think that you're going to get a woman's body, her time, her energy, her femininity, and you're not giving anything in return? Because, fellas, let me tell you something, right? And it took Dominican women to teach me this, right? Our sex isn't that good, right? I don't care how many women lie to you or try to boost your ego. Most men, they don't focus on intimacy. They don't focus on foreplay. They don't know how to, you know, work it right. And they think that that's a gift to the woman. I'm telling you, a lot of times when women are having sex with you down here, it's because they like you or they see an opportunity with you. It's not because they're enjoying sex. Most women don't enjoy sex with their partners. They're just too, you know, scared to say it. But in DR, they are very open to communicating where you lack at sexually. And I've been told that, and I had to work on that. So don't come down here thinking it's going to be, oh, I gave you, you know, I gave you some wood. Now that's an equal exchange. It's not. For a woman down here, they can get meat whenever they want. They, you know, we're not the king of the world. The value that we bring to Dominican women is a better lifestyle. Because in that case, why wouldn't they just stay with a Dominican man that speaks their language, understands the culture? That's why I just don't want you guys coming out here kidding yourself, right? You have an assignment, they have an assignment. You want femininity? You want someone that's going to cook and clean for you? You want someone that's going to follow you, let you lead? You got to pay. I would say my number one mistake is discipline. Discipline to not drink. Discipline to not smoke. Discipline, sexual discipline, right? Because whatever you lack in discipline, when you come to DR, it's going to be exposed. It's going to be exposed. I would tell you guys, when you come to DR, get your foundation set up. Figure out where you want to live at. Build a routine around where you live that doesn't include women, that doesn't include drinking, that doesn't include partying. Let that be a reward, not a lifestyle. I'm gonna say it again. Let that be a reward, not a lifestyle. Because when you make it a lifestyle, right, it drains you. You get into shit. So another thing I would tell people too is make sure you explore other countries before you settle on one. Now, I love the DR, but I can say that because I've been to 30 countries already. right? I lived in the Philippines. I spent time in South Africa. I spent time in Colombia, and everything keeps bringing me back to DR. And I'm gonna make another video on that, on like the pros of living in DR, but I just really want to dial in on how you can turn this paradise into your prison, right? I know a lot of men that went back to the States broke, busted and disgusted, heartbroken, right? So that brings me to where I'm at now. I'm working 5 days a week. I'm working anywhere from 30 to 40 hours. The difference in how I work now in DR versus how I work in the States, I take a lot more breaks. So I make sure I'm doing some type of work every day, keeping myself productive, right? But I take longer breaks because I don't have to make as much money down here as I did in the States. So here, my goal for the month might be to make $10,000 to $20,000 a month versus in the States, I wanted to make $50,000 to $60,000 a month. So that's where living in DR can become a benefit, because now that $10,000 feels like $50,000 down here. Another thing is your body, right? Keep yourself fit, because I'm telling you, the women notice, the women like fit men. Don't think you coming down here, oh, I'm a rich American, I could be fat, I could, be out of shape. No, they can see that. And then they're gonna use you even more when you're not attractive. See, at least like me, even though my Spanish is not that good, I'm fit, I'm attractive, I have charisma, right? But the gym is not just for you to look good for women, it's also for your mental. You need to feel like you're achieving something every day. And also too, you want to feel good. And check this out. When you're working out all the time, you're in the gym, you're taking care of your body, it's going to make you not want to drink as much. It's going to make you not want to smoke as much. So that's why everything ties in together, right, guys? So like I said, make sure you come to DR. Don't be woman crazy. Don't make them your focus. They will come. I had a woman approach me on the beach. I had women approach me at gyms. I had women approach me in clubs because I was in my own, I was in my own mode. I wasn't hunting for it. Manage your money correctly down here, because just because it's cheaper doesn't mean you can't go broke down here. And maintain discipline, drinking discipline, party discipline, sexual discipline, financial discipline, physical discipline. If you just take care of those things, living in DR will be amazing. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to go more into the pros of DR, how to set up a bank account, how to buy property down here, where to buy the properties at. I'm going to get more into that, but if you forget everything I just said in this video, nothing else that I said to you guys will matter.